I'll hit record so we get the puppy at the beginning of our recording. Okay, there's a puppy. Puppy looks excited to be here. Okay, that's our last Zoom meeting till after spring break. Of course, you can always contact me if there's any questions or any problems or anything like that. I just want to touch on a few things here today. Um, I'm going to go ahead and share the screen to Google Classroom. We are recording. We have officially started. On a side note here, it's probably no surprise. There's been a lot of stuff coming out about outbreaks of COVID and things getting worse and schools being part of it. So I don't know how that's going to affect things. You guys are virtual, so it probably won't really affect you guys, but we'll see what happens. Okay, let's go computer lit. Um, First of all, I want to just kind of touch on the big picture here. We're going to go way back to week 1. Okay, I just want to give you an overview of my thoughts relating to what this course is about, what you should be doing, or what we're doing, and because you're virtual, quite frankly, you have to take a fair amount of responsibility to try to learn or do things on your own. I can't do it all with you or for you. So going way back, overall, this course is about fundamental skills that we want everybody to know. If you're in high school, no matter what your future holds, these are basic skills. And this year it's even more basic because we're not even covering everything we normally cover if you were in class 5 days a week. So going way back, we covered things like Google Drive and how to use it, Google Docs, because you guys use that a lot and probably already knew a fair amount about it. Google Drive, organizing your drive and getting comfortable with that. You should hopefully be using that a lot, and you can share documents and collaborate with people and stuff like that. We talked about Office 365, which is the Word. Now we're into PowerPoint, and later we're going to be doing Excel. So these are 3 programs that come from a group of programs known as Office 365, or a lot of times we just call it Microsoft Office. So we already covered Word and at least the basics, and now you're learning PowerPoint. Like I said, we did a bunch of the Google stuff, Google Photos, Google Sites. A lot of this stuff is really easy, and we got tutorials. And I can help you in that. And the majority of you did fine, and probably the people here today are among that group. But we got people who are falling behind, who skipped some key assignments. It's one thing if someone tries and doesn't do it perfect. That's okay. I respect that 100 times more than someone who doesn't even try. So when in doubt, ask questions, try, do your best, and it's better to try and do something than to do nothing. We looked at Google a bit, both for we're going to come back to that more. We're going to be doing internet stuff a little later in the semester. We looked at intro terms, fundamentals. We made a website in Google Sites, which is really easy. I mean, 4th graders do this stuff. So, I mean, we're not talking anything hard here. We looked at parts of a computer, a little bit comparison to Google Drive and OneDrive. We did some word packets and assignments because of the nature of us being online and the fact that I have Mac computers and you guys got mostly Windows computers. I use some tutorials that were made by others. I use some made by me too, but mainly I use ones made by others to help you out. You had a few assignments to do. I didn't even grade them hard. I mean, if someone made a good faith effort and they missed a little part of it or did something maybe not quite as good as I hoped for, I still usually gave them full credit if they were close and they were trying. We did a little bit of audio editing, which in this day and age, everyone should know at least a little bit about working with audio. And since the majority of you have phones or tablets or other devices of your own, even computers, you have so many options for audio. I mean, there's tons of them out there. There's built-in ones you already have. There's ones you can download. And I even ask that you do much with audio. I just ask that you do some simple project, do a little bit of voice recording or music recording. And I gave you options of either one. So that was meant to be quite easy and quite fun, which the majority did just fine, but some skipped it outright. Same when we got to Photoshop and photography. I wanted you to learn a little bit about that, photo editing and that. But because some people had some challenges getting the Photoshop program or, where to get it, download it or whatever, I open that up to anything you can find that you can edit photos with. So there's free programs out there. There's stuff you may already have on your phone or somewhere. You can use any device. And, I was just looking for some good faith effort to do some photo editing. We looked at buying a computer. We wrapped up Microsoft Word. Make sure you did that test and turn in. Most of you did. I think a couple of people didn't. PowerPoint. The first PowerPoint, as I've talked about in this Zoom, was solely about making a PowerPoint about giving a good presentation. So we're simultaneously learning about giving presentations because a lot of you are going to have to give presentations in the future. If we were meeting in person, I would have you present your personal PowerPoint to the class, but we're not going to do that. We're not in person, but that's normally something that I do. So PowerPoint is designed to do that. Okay, you can put on text, you can put on pictures, you can put on graphics, charts. You can animate it so that things pop out, the title comes out and then a picture pops up and then your bulleted list comes up. So, PowerPoint does that. Google Slides does that, but PowerPoint has more features than Google Slides, just like Word has more features than Google Docs. So, and there are some tutorials. You got to watch the tutorials unless you already know PowerPoint. Watch the tutorials and try it and try different things and click on different menus. And you should be able to insert images and use the pre-designed layouts and pick a theme and add stuff in the title and add the text in the bulleted area. So the first one that you made was you're making a real simple presentation about giving a good presentation. Okay. The second ones you're working on now is about yourself. And I went over that yesterday in detail, and that should be fun. And that one, if you look at my sample, and by the way, when I share these samples and I share these videos, watch them all, check them all out, because it's going to make your life much, much easier. And when you see what these are like, these are fun to make. You get to a slide about 5 of your favorite movies. Don't agonize over it too much. Just pick 5 movies you really like and just go looking for like movie poster type graphics and put up there. And then if you can fit in a bulleted list about it. You can also put up the images. So you can do both. So, make it look good. Have some fun with this personal PowerPoint assignment. Every slide doesn't have to look alike. You can put up, favorite music groups and favorite, whatever else. If there's a topic I included, like the one about books and magazines and that, it doesn't apply much to you because you don't really do that. Feel free to contact me if you got another idea. And several people have already, and I approve them doing some alternative topic, something else about themselves. Okay. So this TED Talk about a master procrastinator, that's a really good one to watch. First of all, it's funny and entertaining. And second of all, let's be honest, we're all procrastinators. I mean, maybe everybody is, almost everybody. And this year especially, where you have to take a lot of your own initiative and motivate yourself. So he does kind of a fun inside look at, being a procrastinator and how do you deal with it. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to review a few highlights, what's going on here. I don't know if you guys got any questions about anything or any problems with anything, but when in doubt, just go in there and just start clicking around, go on the menus, try things out, watch the tutorials. You can look up some of your own tutorials if you need to look up some features that you're not sure. And make that personal PowerPoint. It's not due yet, but I would get started on it this week. Try to get a bunch of the basics done on it. And get in that first PowerPoint if it's not in. Some of you don't have that one in. And you just look and you just make slides from that text. It's that simple. Okay. Anything else? Anybody got any questions or anything? Sarita got her puppy. Jottie's probably doing okay over there. She said, I'm doing good. You got Hanson. I'm guessing you're doing okay. Yeah, Matthew doesn't have any questions. Colin, I'm guessing you're okay. Tyler Owens is joining us today too. So basically, my PowerPoint's part of Microsoft Office, just like Word. So a lot of the skills you learn in Word also apply to PowerPoint. So have fun with these presentations. Watch the tutorials. You can look up other tutorials if you need to. It's meant to be a fun project. Put on your favorite tunes and work on these slides. And so get the 2 PowerPoints in if they're not both in yet. And the second one, your personal one, I'm not expecting that one to be done by now. You can be working on it this week. And I even carried in the due date till after spring break. So if you don't get it all done this week, you got spring break or even a few days after spring break to work on it. Okay. Thanks for coming, everybody. Matthew and Tyler and Colin and Hanson and Jody and Sarita. Okay.
I just freaked him out.
Okay. Yep. He looks excited to be here.
No, I went to the storage and I'm in one of these older computer chairs.
Mm-hmm.
And they like to dump you.
Uh-oh.
So I just freaked him out, just making sure he's okay.